girl, that's the one that's always making everybody fall in love. You see, girl, you are love like me. She rearranges all the light in the room, so you're always in the shadows. Well, that's what it feels like to you. Baby, I've been there too. And I know how much it can sometimes hurt. You feel like the whole world has made you the ugly girl. But take it from me that you have to see it first. So before you trade in your summer skin for those high heel shoes to make him wanna be with you, let me remind you one more time that just maybe you're beautiful, but you just can't see. So why don't you trust me? They'll see it to you, beautiful girl, you. You wanna lay the blame on somebody else, so this tiny little minds will leave you up on a shelf. Well, okay, I've seen it done the way, just in case nobody ever comes through. Right, and it come to your rescue. You still have a chance. You don't have to be asked to dance. And I know how much you've been dying to say. Look how much everybody loves me. Guess who gets left when everyone else fades away? So before you trade in your summer skin for those high heel shoes to make him wanna be with you, let me remind you one more time that just maybe you're beautiful, but you just can't see. So why don't you trust me? They'll see it to you, beautiful girl, you. Beautiful girl, you. Beautiful girl, you.
Hello, welcome to Ukulele Sprout. Today we're learning the song Beautiful Girl by Sara Parel. We are learning this song in a baritone with a capo on the 3rd fret, as is played on the original song. If you don't have a capo, we are also learning how to play it without it. And if you don't have a baritone, I'm also explaining how to play it in a soprano, concert or tenor, standard tuning. Okay, let's begin with the chords for this song. We only have 4. And these are F, G minor, G minor at 9th, and C13. To play F, play a bar or half bar on the 1st fret to block the first 2 strings. I'm playing full bar because I feel more comfortable like this. Then play your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of your 3rd string. 3rd finger on the 3rd fret on the 4th string. And that's your F. To change to G minor, just move this shape to the 3rd fret and remove the 2nd finger. To play the G minor at 9, keep this chord but add the pinky on the 1st string on the 5th fret. And to change to the C13, keep your pinky and place your 3rd finger on the 5th fret 2nd string. first finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and second finger on the 5th fret on the 4th string. The F could also be played in another position. Instead of playing the bar on the 1st fret, play it on the 5th fret, and then add your second finger on 1 fret higher on the 2nd string, and third finger 1 fret higher on the 4th string, like this. This one is also F, and it sounds closer to the one used on the original song. So to change to G minor is just as easy as the other shape. Just move your shape 2 frets lower this time and remove the second finger. Now let's move on to the soprano. To play the F, place your first finger on the 1st fret on the 2nd string and your second finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. To change to G minor, jump these 2 fingers to the 1st and the 3rd strings and add your 3rd finger to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. To play the G minor at 9, keep that 3rd finger in place and change your 2nd finger to the 3rd fret on the 4th string and your index to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. And to play the C13, just place your pinky on the 4th fret on the 3rd string. Now G minor at 9 and C13 have 2 other ways to be played, like this and like this. The other option to play G minor at 9 is, now that you already got the G minor first, replace these 2 fingers from the 2nd and the 3rd to the 3rd and the 4th, so you can use the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And to play the C13, you need a bar on the 3rd fret, 2nd finger will be 1 fret higher on the 3rd string, and 3rd finger 1 fret higher on the 2nd string. Choose the chord that you like the best. Let's close the chord section using a baritone with a capo on the 3rd fret. The chords are going to change their name since now we have a transposed instrument, but the harmonies are with the actual names I gave you on the other 2 sets. Now for the baritone with the capo on, the names are D, E minor, E minor at 9, A13. To play your D, place your first finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, second finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. To change this to E minor, jump your first finger to the 4th string and remove the other 2. To get the at 9, you have 2 options. You can place your 2nd or your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret on the 1st string. You choose the one you like. If you use the 2nd finger to close it up on A13, you have to jump that finger to the 2nd string and add the 3rd finger on the 1st. If you decided to play with the 3rd finger, you just have to place the 2nd on the 2nd string to close it up. Now that I know my chords, I'm ready to play. For the rhythm, I'm not giving you any specific patterns because I think that this song works better if you just react to the singing part. I'm gonna give you one for practicing, and that could work out for the rest of the song. Although, you might just add a little more drums, or a little more chords, or just change it a little bit. That's totally fine. Just react to your singer. So this is the way I use the chords for the song. As you see, I have a lot of elements merging all together. I have my chords, I have a little riff that happens in the first 2 chords, and I have some sort of a drums part that I'm playing by muting the strings and keep myself strumming. The riff happens in the 4th string, and what I'm doing is that I'm playing the string open, then I play on my 4th fret twice, open again, and I land on the 2nd fret. Pa, 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 pa. This happens in D, then open, I play my D open. When I play my 4th fret, I remove my index to get this chord, It's really crashy, but it's the way it's performed, and it sounds just great on this song. Then I remove the pinky again to get open, and I land on E minor. Then I play the riff again. Open, 4th fret, open, and I land on E minor at 9. So to get the drums, what I have to do is to mute my strings. When I play my D, the only thing I do to get my drums is to release the tension of my 3 fingers of the chord. But as I'm also playing an open string, I bring my thumb up here to get it in the way of the string and block it. On my E minor, I just lay down my 2 other fingers, 2nd and 3rd, to block. And the at 9, I do quite similar with my ring finger, blocking. And on my A13, I kind of do it with the pinky. Now, if this is the first time you play something like this, it might seem a little overwhelming. But to merge your chords, your drums, and your riff all together, all you have to do is keep the motion on the right hand steady. Just down, up, down, up, down, up, over and over. As if you were playing 8 notes. You see? So what I do when I play, let's practice first just the drums. I'm gonna choose when to get in the string and when to just be on the air, not touching anything at all. For the first 2 chords, I go like this. Down, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down. For my last 2 chords, as I'm not playing the riff anymore, I do more emphasis on my drums, like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So I'm gonna lay out the rhythm and play really slowly once the whole turnaround for you to practice. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. The song goes like this with the 4 chords over and over, except on the pre-chorus. When we reach that point, before getting into the chorus, after we play the A13, the last chord of the set, I repeat my last 2 chords, which are E minor at 9, and again A13. Just these 2 chords again are doing the pre-chorus, and from there I can start over. And go on. So I hope this was useful for you. Time to practice. See you next time.